Hey everyone, and welcome. You're listening to Elephant English. How is your English learning going? Maybe you feel pretty good about your reading. Maybe you can write emails or messages. Maybe you know a good amount of vocabulary and grammar. That's brilliant. You should be really proud of your progress. But what about listening? Listening. For many English learners, this is where things can get a bit tricky. Does this sound familiar? You're in a coffee shop, and you try to understand the people chatting next to you, but it all sounds like a big, fast blur. Or you decide to watch an English movie, and after 5 minutes, you feel lost and reach for the subtitles. Or maybe you have a video call with a native speaker and you spend half the time saying, "Could you say that again, please?" while feeling a little bit stressed inside. If you felt this way, please know that you are in very good company. So many learners hit this point. It feels like you've been climbing a mountain, making good progress, but now you've reached a flat part. You're walking and walking, but you don't seem to be going any higher. We call this the listening plateau. It's that feeling of being stuck. When you're stuck, it's easy to feel down. You might start to think, my English isn't improving, or maybe I'll never understand native speakers, or even, this is just too difficult for me. These thoughts can make you feel sad, frustrated, and maybe even want to give up. But I'm here today with a very important message. Don't give up. This plateau is not the end. It's actually a normal, natural part of learning English. And the best news, you can get past it. You can start climbing again. You just need to understand why you feel stuck and learn some new ways to practice. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're going to explore why listening can feel so hard sometimes. We'll look at the feelings in our heads and the way we practice. Then, I'll share some simple, easy-to-use tips. I like to call them golden keys that can help you unlock better listening skills. And of course, I'll explain how Elephant English, this channel right here, is specially designed to help you practice these tips, build your confidence, and break through that plateau using clear, slow, and graded English articles. So, are you ready to say goodbye to feeling stuck and hello to confident listening? I thought so. Let's get started. Why does listening feel so hard sometimes? Let's understand it. Before we can fix a problem, we need to understand it, right? Feeling stuck with listening usually isn't just one single thing. It's often a mix, a bit of what's happening in our minds and a bit of what's happening in our study habits. Let's talk about feelings first. What's happening in our heads? Our minds are amazing, but sometimes they can make learning feel harder. When we listen to English, a few common feelings can pop up and cause trouble. One big feeling is worry or anxiety. Have you ever felt your heart beat a little faster when you have to listen to English? Maybe you think, oh no, what if I don't understand anything? What if they ask me a question and I don't know the answer? What if I look stupid? This worry is like a noisy radio playing in your head. It makes it really hard to focus on the actual English sounds and words. Instead of listening to the message, you're listening to your worries, and that makes understanding almost impossible. It's a very common feeling, but it really gets in the way. Another tricky feeling is wanting to be perfect. Do you feel like you must understand every single word, a full 100%? Many learners think this way. They believe that missing even one word means they have failed. But this idea of being perfect is a trap. Think about it even when you listen to your own language. Do you always catch every single word, especially if someone talks fast or it's noisy? Probably not. You use the general situation, the main idea, to understand. Trying to be perfect in English makes you afraid. You might avoid listening to interesting things because you think, it will be too hard, I won't understand everything. But we need to listen to things that challenge us a little. That's how we grow. So, trying to be perfect can actually stop you from getting better. And then, there's the feeling of being unmotivated or just feeling a bit down about it all. If you keep trying to listen and you keep feeling like it's too hard or you're not making progress, it's natural to start feeling tired of it. You might think, what's the point? I'm not getting better. This feeling is dangerous because it makes you want to stop practicing. And of course, if we stop practicing, we definitely won't get better. It becomes a sad circle. We feel bad, so we stop practicing. And because we stop practicing, we don't improve, which makes us feel even worse. We need to find a way to break this circle and make listening feel good again. Now, let's talk about practice. What's happening in our study habits? It's not always just about feelings. Sometimes, the way we practice listening isn't helping us as much as it could. A really big reason learners get stuck is because they listen to things that are just too difficult. Have you heard of comprehensible input? It sounds a bit technical, but it's a simple idea from a smart man called Stephen Krashen. It just means listening to English that you can mostly understand. Imagine your English level is I. You need to listen to things that are I+1, just a little bit harder. Why? Because if you listen to things that are I+10, like a super fast movie or a complex university lecture, your brain just gets flooded. It's too much information. You can't learn well when you feel like you're drowning in words. You need input that lets you understand most of it, so your brain can relax and focus on learning the new bits. This connects to another point: listening to English that is too fast, too soon. We all want to understand people when they speak at a normal, natural speed. But native English often sounds very fast to learners. Why? Because speakers connect words together, like did you becomes did you. They use short forms like wanna for want to, and they don't always say every sound perfectly clearly. Your ears need time and practice to get used to this. If you jump straight into very fast English before your ears are trained, it can feel very confusing and make you lose confidence. Sometimes, learners also get stuck because they focus too much on single words. They try to catch every word and translate it in their head. But listening isn't like reading a dictionary. Good listeners do something called top-down listening. It means they use the whole picture: who is talking, where they are, what the topic is, to guess and understand the meaning, even if they don't know every word. If you only focus on each tiny word, you miss the big, important message. And finally, listening to only one kind of English can be a problem. If you only ever listen to your English teacher, who probably speaks very clearly and maybe a bit slowly, it can be a shock when you hear someone with a strong Scottish accent or a fast-talking New Yorker or someone from Australia. English has many sounds, many speeds, many accents. Your ears need to hear this variety to become strong and flexible. Phew, that sounds like a lot of problems, doesn't it? But here's the good part. Now that we know what these problems are, we can start to fix them. And believe me, they can be fixed. Simple tricks to make your listening better, the golden keys. Okay, let's move on to the fun part, the solutions. How can we make listening easier and more enjoyable? How can we get unstuck? We need some golden keys to open that door. Here are my favorite tips, and they are all things you can start doing today. The first golden key. Listen to things you can mostly understand. Find your I+1. This is maybe the most important key of all. You need to spend lots of your listening time with English that feels good, not too hard, not too easy, but just right. What does I+1 feel like? It feels like you get it. You understand the main story or the main ideas. You know who is talking and what they are talking about. But maybe 5% to 20% is new. You hear a new word, but you can guess what it means because of the other words. Or maybe you hear a grammar structure you don't know, but it doesn't stop you from understanding the sentence. It should feel like a small, interesting challenge, not a big, scary test. Why is this so important? Because this is how your brain learns best. When it's not stressed and overwhelmed, it can focus. It can connect new information to what you already know. It learns new words and grammar naturally without you even trying too hard. It's like magic, but it's real. How do you find it? You need to try different things. Listen to a short audio clip. How much did you understand? 50%? Maybe it's a bit too hard for now. 99%. Great for confidence, but maybe not challenging enough for learning. 80%? Perfect. That's your sweet spot, your I+1. Look for resources made for learners at your level like B1 podcasts, simple news websites, and of course, channels like Elephant English. The second golden key, slow down. It helps you understand faster. This sounds like a joke, doesn't it? How can going slow help you go fast? But when it comes to listening, it's absolutely true. Starting with slower English is one of the best ways to prepare yourself for understanding natural, fast English later. Why does slow help your brain? Think of your brain like a busy office. If someone throws papers at you very fast, you can't catch them all. But if they give them to you one by one, slowly, you can read each one and understand it. Slower English gives your brain time to hear the different sounds, time to see where one word ends and the next one begins, time to remember what words mean, time to understand the grammar. It's not just about time. It's about noticing. When English is slow and clear, you start to notice things. You notice how the speaker's voice goes up and down, that's intonation. You notice which words are stressed and sound stronger. You notice how words connect. These are all super important for understanding fast speech later. and they are much easier to notice when things are slow. And let's not forget confidence. When you listen to something slow and you understand it, how does that feel? It feels great, right? It tells your brain, hey, I can do this. This positive feeling makes you want to listen more, and it makes learning much more fun. How to use slow listening? Don't just sit there, be active. Listen once to get the main idea. Listen again and try to write down some key words. Listen again and try to repeat some sentences out loud, copying the speaker's sound. Slow listening isn't a baby step. It's a powerful training step. The third golden key. Practice a little bit every day and listen to different things. You wouldn't expect to become a great football player by practicing only once a month, would you? It's the same with listening. Small amounts of practice, done often, are much better than one very long practice session. Build a listening habit. Can you find 15 minutes in your day? Just 15 minutes. Maybe when you wake up, when you travel to work or school, when you're making dinner, or before you go to sleep. Try to make listening a normal part of your day, like brushing your teeth. Consistency is key. Listen to lots of different things. This is so important. Don't just listen to English lessons. Listen to stories. Listen to people talking about their hobbies. Listen to simple news reports. Listen to someone explaining how to cook something. Why? Because this teaches you many different words. It helps you understand how English is used in many different situations. And it keeps things interesting. If you only listen to things you enjoy, you're much more likely to keep practicing every day. Using these 3 keys, listening at the right level, starting slow, and practicing often with different topics, will change your listening experience. It will help you move from feeling stuck and frustrated to feeling confident and successful. How Elephant English helps you do all this? Okay, I know what you might be thinking. These tips are great, but where can I find slow, B1 level, interesting English to listen to every day? Well, my friend, you've come to the right place. Elephant English was created exactly for this reason. I saw so many students, just like you, feeling stuck with listening. They were working hard, but they weren't using the right tools. I wanted to create a place, a resource that makes practicing listening easy, effective, and most importantly, enjoyable. Elephant English is built around those 3 golden keys we just talked about. Let's look at how Elephant English gives you these keys. First, we give you slow and clear English. The heart of Elephant English is our slow-speed narration. I carefully read every article slowly, but naturally. It's not a computer voice. It's me talking to you. This slow speed is your superpower because it gives you time. You can actually hear the words and have time to think about them. Makes it clear. You can hear the sounds, the endings of words, and the music of the language. Reduces stress. You won't feel rushed or lost. It's a calm and comfortable way to listen. Helps you learn. It's the perfect way to build your basic understanding before you move on to faster speeds. Second, we give you graded English A1 to C2. We know that one size doesn't fit all. Every learner is different. That's why every single article on Elephant English has a level, from A1 beginner up to C2 very advanced. This is your I+1 key, ready to use. Find your level. As a B1 learner, you can go straight to our B1 articles. You'll find they challenge you a little, but you can understand them. It's your perfect learning zone. See your progress. This is so exciting. When B1 starts to feel easy, you can try B2. You can feel yourself getting better. It's the best way to fight that stuck feeling. You have a clear path forward. Understand the levels. What do they mean? A1, A2, beginner elementary. Very simple topics like my day or my family, using basic words and sentences. B1 intermediate. This is you. We talk about familiar topics like travel, hobbies, work, or simple current events. The language is clear, but we use more vocabulary and some more complex sentences. An example might be, my amazing trip to Paris, or tips for learning English. B2, upper intermediate. We talk about more complex or abstract topics, like the benefits of reading or protecting our environment. The language is richer, and the ideas are more detailed. C1, C2, advanced proficiency. Here we explore deep, complex subjects, just like you would hear in a university lecture or a detailed news report, like the psychology of happiness or global economic trends. The language is very advanced. By having all these levels, Elephant English grows with you on your journey. Third, we give you interesting and varied topics. Learning should be fun. If you're bored, you won't practice. So at Elephant English, we work hard to find interesting stories and topics from all around the world. Something for everyone. We talk about culture, science, travel, history, lifestyle, real people's stories, and much more. You'll always find something that catches your interest. Learn more than just English. While you improve your listening, you'll also learn fascinating things about the world. Learn words naturally. Hearing words used in different stories and situations is the best way to learn them and remember them. So, how should you use Elephant English? It's easy. Find your level, start with B1 or even A2 if you want an easy win. Choose a topic you like. Listen, just listen the first time. Try to get the main idea. Don't worry about every word. Listen again. This time, maybe focus more on details. Can you hear specific names, places, or numbers? Listen again and maybe read the transcript, if available at the same time. This helps connect the sounds to the words. Listen one more time and maybe try to pause and repeat some sentences. When you feel comfortable, try the next level. Elephant English is more than just a channel. It's your friendly guide, your safe practice space, and your stepping stone to understanding real-world English. It's here to show you that you can do it. Ready to start listening better? Your journey begins now. So, we've talked a lot today, haven't we? We've looked at why listening can feel so hard, those tricky feelings and those practice habits that don't always help. We've talked about that stuck feeling, that listening plateau. But we didn't stop there. We found the golden keys, listening to English at the right level, I+1, starting slow to build a strong base, and practicing every day with different, interesting topics. These keys can unlock the door to confident listening. And you know that you have a special place where you can find all these keys. Elephant English. We are here, ready to help you with our slow speed, our different levels, and our interesting stories. Feeling stuck is just a feeling. It's not the truth about your ability. You are capable, you are learning, you can understand English. You just need to believe in yourself and use the right tools and strategies. It's time to change the story you tell yourself about listening. Instead of "I can't," start thinking, "I can try," and soon you'll be thinking, "I can do this." So here's my challenge to you today. Don't wait. Don't put it off until tomorrow. As soon as this finishes, go to the Elephant English channel. Find the B1 list. Pick one article, just one. That sounds interesting. Put on your headphones, take a nice, deep breath, press play, and just listen. Listen with open ears and an open mind. See what happens. Feel how different it is when the English is clear, slow, and at your level. This is your first step off that plateau and back onto the climbing path. Your journey to understanding English confidently starts right here, right now. And we at Elephant English are so excited to be with you every step of the way. That's all from me today at Elephant English. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Keep listening, keep practicing, and never forget how far you've already come. You're doing great. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.